Demian Maia, your fight against Jorge Masvidal was first rumored to be the main event in Nashville, but the UFC eventually announced it at the UFC 211. The event is now really stacked. There are a lot of great cards that being added to this card. Do you sometimes think that UFC could just go ahead and cancel this fight and give you the title shot instead of making you fight? It's not a pivotal fight for the card. So I think they could just do that, give the title shot since they don't have anyone now that like you makes sense against the champion Tyron Woodley.
Yeah, they could. Maybe you can talk to them, for me, and would be great. But I really like. It is what it is, and I need to fight, and I will be focused. I will be training, and I will be looking for this fight against Jorge Masvidal. And I know he's pretty tough, and will be a tough fight. So people ask about the title, but I have a pretty tough opponent ahead. So I cannot think about the title right now. I don't know if I'm gonna win or not. So I need first, be ready for this fight.
You were in New York when they fought for the first time, Woodley and Thompson, and it was a draw. The UFC told you could choose if you want to fight or just sit and wait. You choose to wait, and now everything, all this happened. Do you sometimes regret not taking the fight that were offered like earlier this year against Robbie Lawler?
No, I think I did what I was supposed to do. Try to wait, but things change, and then I took this fight right now. But I'm not regretting about anything.
Where do you see yourself now? The UFC is booking you in this fight. Tyron Wood is just waiting. Do you sometimes fear that the UFC might just do it again when you win this fight? UFC just pick another fighter to fight Tyron Woodley. Does that make you feel upset about all this situation in UFC?
I hope no, but like I said, first I have a pretty tough fight ahead, so I don't know if I'm gonna win or not. But let's say I win, I think I will be the next.
What are your thoughts on Masvidal as an opponent and his style mixing up with your jiu-jitsu?
He's a great fighter, and he's a great boxer with a very good takedown defense. So of course it's hard to fight a guy like that because I always try to take the guys down, and will be interesting.
You're in a great run now in the UFC. A lot of first round finishes, a lot of impressive submissions. Do you think that now that you have this pressure over you to once again impress, make a quick work, not get punched in the face in the fight, and this whole pressure now over you now that you have to impress and win fast?
No, I think that's something that came with the experience and the age that now I don't put this big pressure on my shoulders anymore. I think last time I did that was against Jake Shields. I said, okay, I need to, I was three in a row in the welterweight and fighting São Paulo, and then I said, okay, I want to win like in a big fashion way, and it turned that was not a good fight for me. Even if it was a close fight and split decision, some people give to me, some people give to him. I think that was not the way. You gotta train, you gotta go there and fight and do the best as you can, and don't put the pressure on yourself. That's what I think right now.
And do you think being a 3-round fight instead of 5-round fight, is it better for you?
That's a good question. I don't know. I didn't think about that. 5 rounds would be great because if I win would be a preparation for the title fight. But at the same time, 3 rounds is. Sometimes you go to a 5 rounds, like I was with Conde in a 5-round fight, and I fought just 1 round. So you never know what's gonna happen.
Some people say the UFC should do 5-round fights, 4 fights, including number 1 contender fights. Like you being closer to the title, even though you're not in the main event, you should be in a 5-round fight. Do you agree with that idea?
I don't know. I didn't hear that, but that's interesting. At the same time, I don't know how it would work with the events because they have just so much time, and you have like a gap of time to fill, and you cannot just put a lot of 5 rounds fight because then it messes everything with the timing of the broadcasting and all this stuff.
One last question. Dana White is watching this. What message do you send him?
I took the fight, and I don't know. I just want to have a great performance in this fight and do what I need to do after that.